I'm shining.
Hey guys, Shayla here. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, we will be talking about Monster High. M-O-N-S-T-E-R, monsters, monsters, yes we are. And why the franchise got canceled. If you want to know more about Monster High, I suggest you should watch this video. Watch this video. And if you like makeup, you should watch this video too. So let's get into it. For those of you who do not know, Monster High is basically another type of Barbie. You know, the pretty pink, the pretty, the pretty blonde girl, Barbie. But these types of dolls, the Monster High dolls, were really monsters, and their fashion sense was inspired by, I want to say, don't attack me. I would say it was inspired by goth, scenic, I think that's how you say it, more edgy fashion. So remember that for the next part of this video. So these dolls were also the kids of the famous monsters, the monsters that we had bedtime stories about, the ones we were supposed to be afraid of or fear. We have Dracula's daughter, Draculaura. It's also her birthday. Happy birthday, Draculaura. Today's February 14th, Valentine's Day, but if you're a real one, that's her birthday. They have Frankenstein, which is Frankenstein's daughter. They have Claudine Wolf. She's a werewolf, obviously. So the big bad werewolf, They have literally Deuce, who is the son of Medusa. It's literally a list that can go on and on. These were the main characters and a huge part of this franchise. But the main girls were... I'm trying to talk into my eyebrows. Sorry about that. But these main girls were, what drew everybody in. Now, Monster High came in an awkward part of, I want to say, not history. Well, I guess it is history. Oh my gosh. They came in during this time where the Jonas Brothers, where, Justin Bieber were all they were all the it boys, Everybody wanted them. Everybody wanted to be them. Everybody had posters of them on their wall. So with that being said, Monster High played into a lot of, little girls or little boys were, as I would say, the girls' gays and days, whatever. If you were one of them, you just were in love with this show, So they were heavy on fashion, and even I will be the first to admit the actual shows never really interest me. It's like the show was just a mixture of everything. It just wasn't, I don't know. It was a hit or miss. But that they were most famous, Mattel, they are the brand of this company. They are the franchise. They created Monster High. So basically, they were the rulers, the kings and queens of them. So they got most of their money off of the Monster High dolls. And everybody knew the Monster High dolls. They had a TV show and they had movies. But everybody knew about the Monster High dolls. Everybody wanted to have one, get one. I personally had Draculaura because she's always been my favorite. But yeah. So a little bit history about them. They are with Mattel. Mattel, I don't think I said. They're literally the same people with Barbie, basically. So with that being said, they were working a little bit with Disney, as everyone does. And everybody who knows Disney knows. Disney, we love them, but Disney is a very messed up. Let's be real here. So basically, Mattel, Monster High, they were under the Disney contract. And then Disney just pulled the plug on them. So they quickly, you know, Disney was like, hey, no, we cutting the plug on this one right here. This ain't what we finna do. So with that happened, they had to rebrand and revamp these characters that everybody knew and loved. That's where things took a left. With that being said, everything I will be using is listed in the description box below if you're interested. Now let's get back to the story. So with Disney, you know, basically saying, hey, no, we don't think this is the right for us, yada, 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 they had to revamp. And they revamped a lot. When I tell you a lot, I mean a lot. They revamped so much, and the fans just were not having it. You feel me? Like, when I'm gonna put these designs up so you can see them, and you be the judge of how bad these designs were. Like, these designs were not making anybody happy. And, you know, they were losing money at this time. Disney basically took it out on Mattel. So they were relying on Monster High to make them a lot of income, because at one point they were making them the most money, I would say. And then, ooh, hold on, I'm trying to do my eyeliner, make a heart on my eye while talking, and it's just not working. But basically, oh, okay, there we go. So they revamped, and the fans were not having it. They were used to the dolls looking more detailed, just more like they actually cared about the franchise. These dolls did not have as much detail. The fashion sense was different to what we were all accustomed to, what we all grew up on. And it just wasn't it. And the reason that the fashion changed so drastically was because of the Karens. The Karens did not like the gothic look or route that the dolls took. But if we're gonna be clear here, every doll that has came out has been criticized. You know, the same has gone with Bratz and their fashion and their makeup style and their weight. Yes, they're literally weight shaming dolls. I know. But I understand. And I'm not trying to say nothing, but basically, these new dolls were super skinny. They weren't allowed to wear fishnets anymore. They had bigger eyes. They were more puppy dog-like. These dolls they were just literally looking like Barbies in a way, but not like a good Barbie, like a Barbie that nobody cared about. Like, it looks like, you know, if you know those repaint videos where people repaint dolls, they're amazing, by the way. You should watch them. It looks like if I would have did a repaint video, those are how those dolls look like. They're like nobody cared. Like, it was your first time making a doll. So literally, it was just terrible. Nobody wanted to buy them anymore. And at this time, Lady Gaga actually partnered with them, I would say, and made her own zombie, which, you know, saved them for a little bit, because, you know, everybody loved Gaga. Everybody wanted the Gaga doll. But even Gaga couldn't save the downfall of Monster High. It wouldn't have no way to come back. It just wasn't good for anybody. Nobody wanted it no more. And then that's just the dolls. Now let's talk about the movies. The movies were good, you know. they were all different. None of it, you know, made sense. It was just like, oh, I want to watch this because I need something to watch right now, basically. So that's what these movies were. So, yeah. The franchise started off with 2D characters, then slowly morphed into these weird 3D characters that nobody really particularly liked. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I watched Monster High Doll movies. I had Monster High Dolls. I had watched the movies. I watched all of it. And even as me being a fan, I could see that it just looked like these movies didn't make sense anymore. Some of the character development lacked. It just was downhill, and I say this in the nicest way. Like, I don't understand what they did. It's just they didn't care no more, basically. So, yeah. They started singing.
Look at us! This was never going to last. We're just too different.
What are you saying?
Look at you and look at me. You deserve everything. You royalty.
And I'm not knocking nothing, but when characters start singing, they ran out of ideas. Let's be real here. They ran out of ideas. Now, after that, Mattel, they launched another series that was called, I didn't watch this, but I know a lot of people did. It's the Ever After High, which I heard was an amazing show, amazing franchise too, but they actually came after the Monster High franchise, I believe. Then they came out with books, and the books weren't hard copy. I know a lot of fans were upset about that because hard copies, you know, if you read books, you know, they are just better for longevity. They're better in the end. They're just better. Everything about the brand now is just cheap. Like, nobody was caring. Nobody actually cared. You know, it's like if you went and did a project and then you forgot you had a project in the last minute, you're like, oh crap, I have a project, and you rushed the night before. That's basically how this franchise was going. It was going down hill in the nicest way possible. It looks like a Cheshire cat, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you. My other eye off camera because I don't really like how this looks, but it's okay because we're gonna throw glitter on it and highlight everything. Monster High, unfortunately, will not be coming back. However, if you follow them on their YouTube channel, you would see that they are still posting old episodes and just putting like random emojis or just like, you know, little things to spice it up and hopefully get some type of revenue coming from them. But no, this is one of the series that cannot be saved. However, if you are looking to get your hands on a Monster High doll, they are still being sold. Unfortunately, not the original designs. They're only selling the little reboots, but if you want to get like an original, I think they still sell them on eBay. I don't know. Maybe thrift shops. If you have any thrift shops in your local area, always check the toy section. But yeah, they are still selling the dolls. Also, check Amazon. Because when I tell you can find anything on Amazon, you can find anything on Amazon. You just have to know what to type in. Don't be looking at my search history. But yeah. So that's sad for a brand, but you know, it was a thing of, you know, a certain generation, a certain time period. And also, like every great thing must come to an end. Most of the people who grew up on Monster High are in college, graduated college, started families, you know, or in high school currently. a lot of the brand, the main fans and stuff, are adults basically now. We still remember it. So I would suggest maybe trying to introduce the new generation. Ooh, I gotta make my shirt. Maybe Generation Alpha, I think that's what they're called, or Gen Z. Maybe if you can introduce them to it, and the brand may pick up, but for right now, I think it's just best that, you know, it just ended, because I think it's one of those things you can look back on and be like, yeah, I remember I watched that show. That show was awesome. That show was, you know, one of my favorite shows growing up. If you even think like that. But yeah, this is one of the things, unfortunately, that will not be coming back in the 20s. 2020 was trash. It didn't come back. 2021, I don't think it'll come back. But if it is, I'll be front and center in getting me another doll. Hopefully one with more details and like they actually put their time in. And I also know that dolls and stuff and making clothing for dolls is not an easy job, especially mass production. That, you know, they had to make cuts and stuff. Another reason why the dolls were so skinny was because, you know, it kind of cost more, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully they'll find enough money, or if the fans request, maybe they'll do like a Halloween special, who knows. They just killed an amazing franchise by not listening to their audience. I mean, at this point, it's nothing really they could have done. I feel like they had to do what Disney told them to do. They had to do it the best they could and make money. They had to, at this time, listen to the parents and pull the plug on the fishnets, the scars, anything that was seen as quote-unquote bad that can influence my child to corruption. Like, listen, I'm pretty sure the Monster High dolls wasn't doing much to the kids, baby. It was a lot of other stuff. And you can never really truly protect your child, I feel like. You just have to try your best. And yeah, but that's it. The reboot basically killed Monster High. That's all I can say. I don't know, what's it called when people like want to make change and they like petitions. Maybe we can start a petition. I don't know, maybe they'll listen to us. That's like if enough people want the monster child. I don't feel like they should come back in this climate, because the Karens be wilding nowadays. I just don't think that we probably could. But I don't know. I just don't think we haven't come back. Maybe we can like find a new type of doll that can kind of come back. Like maybe like Monster High plus the Bratz dolls. Like that's a collab that I would love to see. You like that? Okay, so I'm back. So basically, to sum this up in a nutshell, we don't have Monster High anymore because basically Mattel and Disney, they was beefing or whatever. So literally they had to revamp. The revamp didn't do too good because it was not giving us what we were supposed to give. It was just not giving us what we were supposed to give. So literally it just got cut. No. Next. But that's today's video. I kind of feel like what was Sokka's girlfriend in Avatar, the one who turned into the moon? Like that's what I'm feeling right now with this hairstyle and these like little, this is what I'm giving. I'm giving moon. But yeah. So if you enjoyed today's video, you should really subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell to see when I post, and maybe you should leave suggestions on topics that you want to know about. Bye, guys. Remember, you are imperfectly perfect, and that's what makes you so perfect. Love you.